The ocean hides secrets darker than the night sky. And in Zombies 5, those secrets might finally rise to the surface. Forget aliens, forget vampires, the next battle could take place beneath the waves, where mermaids and sirens prepare for war. Zombies 5 is shaping up to be the most unexpected and thrilling chapter in Disney's Zombies saga. We've already seen Seabrook open its doors to zombies, werewolves, aliens, and even vampires, but what happens when the story leaves the land behind? Imagine Seabrook's cheerleaders, football players, and supernatural friends standing at the shore, staring into the endless blue, knowing something ancient and powerful is stirring beneath the surface. This time, the danger doesn't come from above in flying saucers, or from the shadows of the forest. It comes from the deep ocean, where creatures of legend wait to make their move, mermaids and sirens. Two names that sound similar yet carry very different meanings. For years, stories and myths have told us that mermaids are graceful, kind, and full of magic, while sirens are dangerous, their voices strong enough to control hearts and minds. Bringing them into the Zombies universe feels like the natural next step. It isn't just about adding new characters, it's about raising the stakes to a level the series has never reached before. Underwater kingdoms, ancient rivalries, and songs with hypnotic power could completely change the way Seabrook looks at Unity. Think about the journey so far. The first movie introduced us to the world of zombies and humans trying to live together. Then came the werewolves, mysterious and wild, who brought their own struggles and identity. The third movie took us to the stars with aliens, showing us the theme of belonging on an even bigger scale. And then, in Zombies 4, vampires entered the picture, testing trust and loyalty even further. Each film has raised the bar by expanding the world and giving Addison and Zed bigger challenges. So naturally, fans are asking what could possibly come next. The answer could very well be the ocean. After all, Disney has a long history of diving into underwater legends, from The Little Mermaid to Pirates of the Caribbean. The idea of introducing mermaids and sirens isn't just exciting. It feels like destiny for a franchise that thrives on blending fantasy creatures with teen drama. Picture it, Seabrook is preparing for another year of cheer championships, and suddenly strange events start happening near the beach. Songs are heard at night, students vanish near the shoreline, and shimmering scales are found in the sand. That's how Disney could set the stage for Zombies 5 by letting the audience feel the mystery before revealing the truth. But here's where the hype really grows. This wouldn't be just another new species showing up in Seabrook. This would be two powerful forces colliding. The mermaids would want peace, hoping to join the community like all the others before them. But the sirens? They'd bring conflict, temptation, and danger, forcing Addison and Zed into a choice bigger than anything they've faced before. The franchise has always been about unity, about learning to accept others despite their differences. But this time, unity may not be enough. What happens when two groups are locked in a fight that's been going on for centuries? That's the tension Zombies 5 could deliver. This is where the excitement kicks in. The idea of underwater kingdoms, glowing coral cities, and massive sea battles makes the movie feel more epic than ever. The ocean gives endless possibilities, new music, new dances, and a whole new aesthetic for Disney to explore. Think of the costumes, shimmering fins, glowing jewelry, flowing sea-inspired gowns for mermaids, and dark, sharp designs for sirens. And of course the songs. The Zombies franchise has always been built around music, and now we could get the most haunting, powerful soundtrack yet. Imagine an entire number where the sirens sing to take control of Seabrook students, while Addison and the mermaids fight back with their own songs of harmony. That would be unforgettable. So, when we say Zombies 5 will be about mermaids versus sirens, it's more than just a guess, it's a vision that makes sense for the story's growth, the themes Disney has been building, and the fans' hunger for something bigger, bolder, and deeper. The hype is real, and the ocean may just be where Seabrook's greatest battle begins. The story of Zombies has always been about growth, both for Seabrook and for its people. In the beginning, Seabrook was a divided town. Humans and zombies were forced to live apart, and fear ruled over friendship. But as each new chapter unfolded, Seabrook became a place where the impossible happened. Zombies proved they could cheer, werewolves earned their place in the light. Aliens crossed galaxies to find belonging, and vampires showed that trust can even overcome centuries of secrets. With every film, Seabrook expanded its heart. But the question is, how much further can this world grow? The answer might not be above, but below. The ocean has been calling in small ways all along. Think about it, Addison's power has always been tied to mystery. Her glowing hair, her sense of destiny, her role as the spark that unites everyone. Each movie has pushed her closer to something greater, and many fans believe her journey isn't over. If vampires revealed the dangers of the night and aliens revealed the truth of the stars, then Mermaids and Sirens could be the ones to finally test Addison's identity to its limits. Could she be connected to the sea? Could her light come from something far older than Seabrook itself? That's where the lore deepens. In myths, mermaids are creatures of hope, guardians of the ocean who watch over sailors and travelers. They're symbols of kindness, freedom, and harmony with nature. In a zombie setting, they could represent a group that has long admired Seabrook's growth, secretly watching as zombies, werewolves, aliens, and vampires learn to coexist. Mermaids would want to join that unity, to prove that even those from the deepest waters can live alongside those on land. But the sirens are another story entirely. Unlike mermaids, sirens are born of darkness. Legends tell us their voices can enchant anyone who hears them. They lure ships to crash, people to vanish, and they thrive on manipulation. In Seabrook, the sirens would stand as the greatest threat yet. They wouldn't just fight with strength, they would fight with influence. Imagine a group that could sing one song and turn half of Seabrook against the other. That's a weapon stronger than claws, fangs, or even alien technology. Sirens don't just attack bodies, they attack minds. This sets up a conflict that is older than Seabrook itself. The rivalry between mermaids and sirens could be a battle that stretches back centuries. One group fights for harmony, the other thrives on chaos. And now, as Seabrook grows stronger, their war threatens to spill onto the land. This is where Disney can weave its most powerful theme, yet unity against manipulation, truth against illusion. It's not just about humans and monsters anymore, it's about who controls the future. Think about how this could play out visually. The ocean isn't just a backdrop, it's a world of its own. Shimmering coral palaces for the mermaids, glowing caves where the sirens sing their hypnotic songs, tides that crash with supernatural energy. The ocean would be as much a character as the people who live in it. For the first time, Seabrook wouldn't just be dealing with outsiders, they would be entering another kingdom entirely. And that opens the door for bigger stakes than ever before. Now, let's talk about the connections to the past. Every new group in zombies has challenged Seabrook's idea of what it means to belong. Zombies fought against prejudice. Werewolves fought for identity. Aliens searched for a home. Vampires tested trust. Mermaids could bring the lesson of peace and balance, while sirens forced the characters to face manipulation and corruption. This isn't just another new species, it's the clash of two extremes and the most important part of the lore. Addison's role in all of this. If mermaids see her as the light that can finally end their war, then the sirens will see her as a threat. They could try to sway her, to use her powers for themselves, or even to break her spirit. That gives Addison her biggest challenge, yet not just uniting two sides, but resisting a force designed to control her heart. For Zed, that means fighting harder than ever to protect her, not from monsters with teeth or claws, but from songs that can change her very soul. So when we talk about Zombies 5 being about mermaids versus sirens, we're not just talking about fantasy creatures. We're talking about history, myth, and destiny colliding in Seabrook. The lore sets the stage for an epic underwater war, one that could finally answer the question fans have been asking since the very beginning. Why was Addison always different? Picture this, Seabrook is glowing brighter than ever. Zombies, werewolves, aliens, and vampires are no longer outsiders, they've become part of the town's heartbeat. The cheer team is stronger, the football team unstoppable, and the students feel like they've finally built the perfect community. Addison and Zed are seen as leaders, proof that love and acceptance can change the world. Everything looks perfect. But peace never lasts for long in Seabrook. It starts small. One night, strange music floats in from the shoreline. It's soft at first, almost like a lullaby. People in Seabrook brush it off as the wind or waves. But then, students begin disappearing, pulled toward the water as if in a trance. A cheer practice ends with half the team staring blankly toward the ocean, humming a melody they can't explain. Zed, worried, tries to investigate only to discover glowing scales. Washed up on the sand? That's when Seabrook realizes it. Something is living beneath the waves. The first to arrive are the mermaids. They don't come in anger. They emerge from the ocean with shimmering fins, glowing jewelry made of seashells, and a royal presence that instantly captures attention. They warn Seabrook that the song haunting their nights belongs not to them, but to the Sirens, a rival group who thrive on chaos. The mermaids explain that the Sirens have followed Seabrook's rise for years, waiting for the right time to strike. Now, with so many supernatural beings in one place, Seabrook is a prize too tempting to ignore. Addison feels a connection immediately. Something about the mermaid's energy resonates with her glowing power. They see her as the light of unity, a figure they believe can finally end the ancient feud between sea and song. But that's exactly why the Sirens are drawn to her as well. If they can bend Addison's will, they could turn the balance of power in their favor forever. This sets the stage for the central conflict. Mermaids versus Sirens, with Seabrook caught in the middle. The mermaids want to ally with Addison and Seabrook, hoping to end centuries of fighting. They believe in peace, in joining the community above the waves. The Sirens, however, see Addison as the ultimate weapon. With her voice and her light, they could control not just Seabrook, but the entire supernatural world. They whisper promises to her, trying to lure her away from her friends, tempting her with visions of power she's never dreamed of. The tension spreads through Seabrook. Some students begin falling under the siren spell, their songs twisting minds and planting seeds of doubt. Imagine a scene where Addison's closest friends suddenly turn against her, not because they want to, but because the siren's melody has poisoned their hearts. Zed himself could face the most painful challenge yet, fighting for Addison's love while she's being pulled into the siren's hypnotic grasp. It's no longer just a cheer competition or a football game at stake, it's Addison's soul. Visually, the film could explode with underwater sequences. Picture Addison diving into a glowing coral city, guided by the mermaids as they reveal the history of their war. Then cut to the Sirens in a dark cave, their voices echoing like thunder, manipulating waves and storms as they prepare for battle. Each side has its own music, its own aesthetic, the mermaids with bright, harmonious melodies and the Sirens with haunting, hypnotic songs. This duality creates the perfect stage for epic musical numbers where the stakes aren't just about entertainment. They decide who controls Seabrook's future, one possible climax. The Sirens succeed in pulling Addison into their ranks. Under their influence, she begins to glow brighter than ever, her power amplified but corrupted. Zed, the mermaids, and the rest of Seabrook must rally to bring her back, proving that love and friendship are stronger than manipulation. Imagine a final scene where Addison stands between the two forces, mermaids and Sirens, her voice breaking free from their control, creating a harmony so powerful that it silences the Sirens once and for all. But Disney loves a twist. Perhaps the Sirens aren't entirely evil. Maybe their hunger for control comes from being exiled centuries ago, forced into darkness while the mermaids thrived. If so, Addison's ultimate role could be not just to defeat the Sirens, but to heal them, offering them a place in Seabrook like everyone else before. That would keep with the franchise's core message. No matter how different we are, we can belong together. This is the beauty of Zombies 5. It has the chance to deliver the most dramatic, emotional, and visually stunning chapter yet. Mermaids bring hope, Sirens bring danger, and Addison stands at the center of it all, forced to make a choice that could either unite two worlds or tear Seabrook apart forever. The ocean is no longer quiet. Seabrook, once a town defined by football fields and cheer competitions, now faces a threat unlike anything it has ever known. Zombies, werewolves, aliens, and vampires all had their moment of chaos, but in the end they found a way to belong. The difference with Zombies 5 is that the ocean brings two forces at once: mermaids and sirens locked in a battle that began long before Seabrook even existed. And now, their war threatens to flood onto the shores. Imagine the climax of this story. Addison, glowing with otherworldly light, stands between the armies of the sea. On one side, mermaids sing a song of peace, their voices weaving harmony into the waves. On the other, sirens unleash a haunting melody that twists minds and bends wills. The beach itself trembles under the clash of voices, water rising high into the sky as if the ocean itself is choosing a side. The students of Seabrook watch, caught between hope and despair, realizing that this battle will decide not just the future of their town but the fate of Unity itself. This is where Addison's journey comes full circle. Since the very first movie, she has been different. Her glowing hair, her destiny, her role as the uniter of worlds, it all points to this moment. Every chapter of Zombies has been about breaking walls and opening doors. But Zombies 5 could show us that true unity doesn't come from fighting one enemy at a time. It comes from healing ancient wounds that go deeper than Seabrook's borders. Addison's greatest test won't be about cheerleading love or even courage. It will be about resisting the pull of the sirens and proving that harmony is stronger than control. Zed's role in this final act is just as vital. He has always been the heart of Seabrook, the one who believes in love above all else. If Addison falters, if she is swayed by the siren's hypnotic song, Zed will be the one to remind her who she truly is. The love story between them, tested across zombies, werewolves, aliens, and vampires, will reach its breaking point here. Can love survive when the enemy is not claws or fangs, but the song of temptation itself? That question could drive the emotional punch of the film's ending. And what about the sirens themselves? Will Disney dare to paint them as more than villains? The best stories are never black and white, and Zombies 5 has the chance to show that even siren screechers of chaos are not beyond redemption. Perhaps their hunger for power comes from centuries of being silenced, cast into the dark while the mermaids thrived in the light. If Addison can show them that Seabrook is a place where even they can belong, then the message of the entire franchise will echo louder than ever. Everyone deserves a home, no matter how different they are, but let's not forget the spectacle. This is Disney, after all. The final act would explode with visuals: an entire ocean storm raging above Seabrook, glowing underwater kingdoms rising from the depths, and songs so powerful they shake the ground. Imagine a final battle where cheer stunts meet ocean waves, where Zed and Addison's friends fight alongside mermaids to hold back the sirens, and where music itself becomes the weapon. Each note sung would decide whether Seabrook rises together or falls divided. When the dust, or rather, the waves finally settle, Seabrook will never be the same. Whether the sirens are defeated, redeemed, or banished, one truth will remain: Seabrook has faced its greatest test yet, and Addison has fulfilled her destiny as the uniter of worlds. This ending wouldn't just close a chapter, it would seal the legacy of the Zombies franchise as one of Disney's boldest, most imaginative sagas, and that leaves us with the ultimate question for the fans. If Zombies 5 is truly about mermaids versus sirens, where would you stand? Would you choose the harmony of the mermaids, fighting for peace and unity? Or would you be tempted by the haunting power of the sirens, their songs promising strength and control? The answer is yours. One thing is certain: Zombies 5 has the chance to be bigger, bolder, and deeper than any chapter before it. A story that doesn't just bring new characters but redefines what it means to belong. And if the ocean does rise to meet Seabrook, fans are in for the most unforgettable ride yet. So get ready, because the waves are coming. And when they do, Seabrook will face the battle of a lifetime. Mermaids versus sirens. Harmony versus chaos. Unity versus control. The question is not just who will win, but who will you cheer for when the curtain rises.